Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and happy Prime Day. I thought today would be a good day to do an Amazon lately video. I haven't done one of these in a really long time, since I believe it was before Christmas since I've done one. And I just haven't done as much shopping on Amazon in recent months, and so I had to wait a while until I had some things that I wanted to share with you guys, some fun finds or just helpful household items or homeschool things. And since it's Prime Day, I will remind you that on social media, on Facebook and Instagram, as I find educational deals that I think are worthy investments, just different things that we use and love in our homeschool, I will share those deals. So I spend some time on Prime Day typically just looking through some of the best educational deals that I can find, and then I like to share those with you guys. Now this year I'm not personally looking for anything, but I will go and look for some educational deals that I know that we like, different things that you've seen here on my channel before, and I will share those as I find them. So make sure you follow me on Instagram and Facebook if you are looking for some good homeschool deals before we start up this next school year. So speaking of homeschool, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with just a few of the homeschooling things that I found recently, or some things I've purchased for the upcoming school year. So the first thing that I grabbed was this big pack of dice. Now, we always need more dice. Oh, I actually haven't opened it yet. Oh, there we go. We always need more dice. This was just a bundle of a bunch of different dice in different colors, and I went looking initially because we have the game Tenzi and one of the dice has gone missing, and so I needed to replace that color of dice, you know, and then I found this and I was like, you know what, we always need dice for various games. My kids like to use pizza boxes to make their own board games that they'll play throughout the weekend before we toss the box. And so, you know, they steal dice from other games and then we lose them and yada yada. So this is purchase number one for our homeschool room. Bunch of random dice. Purchase number two, I thought that this kind of just told the story of the season of life that we're in. This limited edition color collection of Post-it notes. The reason that I got this is because I recently got a calendar, like a sticky calendar, that's a whiteboard that you can put, you know, it's like a vinyl, you can stick it kind of anywhere on any wall, and it sticks, you know, unsticks and resticks. But I didn't want to use a whiteboard marker, I wanted to color code things, and so we needed this. So we are at the point in our family schedule where everybody has a color and it goes on the whiteboard and we keep things in order that way. So I grabbed that. The next thing that I know you guys will really appreciate is a Lawrence King bingo game. Now, I think I have almost all of these, but I saw Tree Bingo and I didn't know that this was available. I had no idea that this was one of the bingo games that they had for sale. So we have like Bug Bingo and Bird Bingo and Ocean Bingo and Dog Bingo, and now we have Tree Bingo. So we played this actually last night for our family game night, and everyone had a great time. So I love these nature bingo games, and you know, I just had to add this to our collection. And then another funny school find that I wouldn't have thought to share on these Amazon finds, but I shared this on Instagram and people were like messaging me immediately like, is it really dustless? Does it really work? And I was like, really, for chalk? I just wasn't expecting so many like responses to my story. But John, in our new schoolroom, put up a chalkboard for me. I wanted that instead of a whiteboard, and he grabbed this chalk and a new pencil sharpener for me, and I shared it online like, oh, he knows the way to my heart is through homeschool supplies, and everyone was like, is it really dustless? And I will say, from my experience thus far, yes, I have not had dust all over the place in our schoolroom, which is great because the chalkboard is flush against the wall. It doesn't have like a little ledge, and so I didn't want dust all over the floor, and so far so good. So I will link these down below if you are looking for a good dustless chalk. I believe that's it for the homeschool supplies. I'll move on to some kitchen goods here. Now, I shared this in my spring favorites video. I think it was like a Mother's Day gift guide. This is this bread bow, and since I hadn't shared it in an Amazon video, I thought I would share it here. This is just a bread bow for cutting sourdough, and it comes in this little cloth bag, and I actually keep it in here because it's quite sharp, and it also comes with a second, I guess, like, you know, knife that you would, or metal piece that you would clip in when this one gets dull, and it comes with a screwdriver to tighten it as needed. And this is the only way I can really cut the crust of my artisan loaves without tearing it at the bottom. And so I really like this. This was a great and worthy investment in my kitchen with all the sourdough that we make. Speaking of sourdough, this is the only other sourdough item. I got these sourdough, sorry, I know it's probably loud, I'll just take one out. These are, well, what are they called? Doesn't have a name. Well, they're just, you know, craft paper bags, the little window here you can put your sourdough loaves in. And I gift loaves to my friends all the time, and I trade with another friend for eggs from her chickens. And so this was just nice to have. It's a nice way to, if you like to bake and share your sourdough, it's a nice way to gift it, where you have that little window so you can still kind of see the pretty design and the things that kind of took a little more effort when you hand it to someone, without just putting it in like a covered container. But it also keeps it, you know, out of just being exposed. I just use tape. I just fold up the edges and tape it after it cools down, and it's a great way to deliver sourdough. Before that, I was just using like the 2-gallon Ziploc bags, and then I felt like the plastic was like tenting it and making, if it was even just slightly warm still, it was just making the crust soft. And so this was great. And I think it came with 30 or 50, and it wasn't very pricey at all. Next, an exciting find is this Nordic Ware shortbread pan. Look how pretty this is. So usually I don't purchase things that are small like this because we have a large family, and usually when I bake and cook, I'm cooking for a crowd anyway, even beyond just my own kids. And so I didn't want to get, you know, multiple of these, but I thought this is something that I will make in small batches because shortbread is John's favorite dessert. And so whenever I'm making him like a dessert or a treat to say thank you, or just wanted to do something a little special for his lunches for the week, I'll make him a pan of shortbread. And so I was looking around in some different boutiques and shops when I was in North Carolina, and I saw this and I really liked it, but I thought it was a little pricey. And then I like thought about it for a while, for like, you know, it was on my mind for a long time. And then when I got home back to Florida, I was like, you know what, I really should have grabbed that. And so I got this for him, and I've already made him a couple batches in it, and it's just really pretty, and it turns out really well as long as you butter and flour the pan. That's, well, I mean, I'm sure if you spray it with something, it may work too, but I've only buttered and floured it, and it's worked out really well. So got that, and I just think that's pretty, and this is one of those things that I normally wouldn't have space for, but we have our new pantry now, and so I can grab a couple little things like this that I maybe wouldn't have, like, you know, a seasonal pan or pans for specific things, but now I have a little space for it. So wanted to get that just to bless him every now and then. Next, speaking of entertaining and hosting often, here in Florida we have a massive fly problem where we live. I know I've shared this quite a few times, but a couple years ago, our garbage collection went to once a week instead of twice. And ever since then, if you ask any neighbor, you know, around here, or even my friends who live on other parts of town, the flies are just frustrating. That it was a problem we didn't have before. And so we have a screened in patio, and yet my kids will leave the door open and then leave our sliding door open, and we will get flies in the house all the time, all the time. And so when we're hosting parties and we have our sliding door open frequently, or sometimes we put our food on the patio, if we're having it like buffet style for a crowd, then it's really helpful to have something to cover the food with. So I got these little food tents and they have come in handy so many times already. So I think it came in like a 6-pack of these little mesh screens that you can just place over food. It's pretty big, so it goes right over a nice sized tray. So all you have to do to open it is just pull this little string and it pops open, and then if you just pull it from underneath, it closes right up. And I keep this in our pantry. We have this little section where I keep like paper plates and plasticware and plastic cups, and I just keep these in there so I don't misplace them. And it's, like I said, it has come in handy. And then last thing is these 1 gallon mason jar type of, what do you call them? Pitchers. So I got 4 of these, and I know I have, did I bring it over here? I have a little, here it is. It came with these little chalkboard signs as well if you want to label your drinks, but in my experience, when you find these pitchers with the spigots that serve drinks, you usually get like huge, like 3 gallon containers, which are hard to bring back and refill and all that. And sometimes we'll have like, especially like in the fall and Christmas time, I host, you know, all the holidays for my family as well, on my side of the family. And so we always have like unsweet tea and sweet tea and lemonade and diet lemonade. And so I need smaller pitchers. So these are just 1 gallon pitchers, and then you can label them. And I just think they're cute. And so if you're having a large party, you can put out multiple, or if you're having an intimate gathering, you can just put like some flavored water or something like that in here. And it just looks cute. And so I got 4 of these, and these have been really cute, and I just love that it has the chalkboard on it as well. Okay, I have one more kitchen item, and then I will just share kind of a little hodgepodge of household items and baby items that I have been enjoying lately. So we recently got a REFERRAL espresso machine, and it's been great. And I didn't like the plastic tools that came with it. And so I got these. So this is like the little tamper here. It's like, it's got spring on it, but I don't really feel like you need the spring that's on it to push it down. And then I've also got this little, I think it's cherry wood, that you use to stir the grounds, and these have both been just nice to have. I like that this is so weighted, and then I like also obviously that they look pretty sitting out on the machine, but they have come in handy. We use these multiple times a day. So I got these, and these actually were 2 separate purchases, but I tried to get them to match as much as possible. Moving on to some household things. So my kids, with their mouthwash, are always opening different bottles of mouthwash at a time for different flavors, and then they'll like leave the lid sitting out and things will spill, and their vanity in their bathroom is actually white. And so one of my kids spilled the mouthwash, and it stained really badly on the side, and so I was like, you know what, we just need to have a system here. So I got this little mouthwash container, and I told them how many, you know, my younger ones, how many pumps they need, because the other one had, the bottles have like a measurement on them. And so then it has these little, you know, this little cup holder as well. And I just think it actually looks kind of cute. The kids' bathroom is also our guest bathroom. So I try to keep things looking decent in there as well, because you never know when we're gonna have company around here. We could have neighbors pop in at random. We could have, you know, we have co-op thing or homeschool things a couple days a week during the school year here at our house with friends. We have Bible studies, friends over for dinner. We have my father-in-law or my dad here all the time. And so that bathroom has to stay functional, but also neat and tidy. So I thought that that was perfect for them, and then I just have a little more control over refilling that mouthwash container. And Jesse is actually, that's his contribution, is the bathroom area, tidying that up every day, and so he can also refill that no problem. So I just thought that was nice, and I like that it was plastic, but it looks like glass. Definitely has to be plastic when little hands are using it. Next kind of random thing is this hat hanger. We have a lot of people in our house and a lot of hats in our house for those people. So we need hats for the beach. They've got hats for their different golf things. We've got hats for just casual wear hats. We've got hats for work, for my husband, hats for whatever. Tons of hats in this house. And so I got everybody one of these hat holders, and it just has these little clips. This is our hanger. You just slip this over your hanger, and then you can just fold the hats nice and neatly there on these little clips, and then it goes right in your closet. And can I tell you that that has saved our front door area from looking like a mess all the time, because we have these hooks at our front door and everybody takes their hat off and puts it right there. And then if there's already a hat on the hook, they'll put the hat over top of that hat, and then there's stacks of hats. And then you have a younger kid coming along looking for a hat, and they just pop all the hats off and grab their hat underneath. And it's really just a pain, for real. So this has actually been super helpful. So that's kind of a fun find. Also, let me share this. This is really quite random, but I do need to tell you guys about it, especially if you are on your feet doing housework all day long like I am. This is, again, super random, but it's a gel slipper ice pack. And so it came with two. One is in the freezer right now. One was left in somebody's room, so it's not currently frozen, but this is really great. So I feel like people are gonna make one thing that really drives me crazy is when I talk about like being tired at the end of the day, and then somebody comes in the comments and they're like, why don't you have any help? I do. I still have a lot to do, and I'm very tired at the end of the day. And my feet are just done. Not necessarily by the end of the day, but when I wake up the next morning and put my feet on the ground, first thing, especially if I had a long day the day before and I was wearing the baby a lot and doing a lot of housework, because we have like wood and tile in our house, so it's very unforgiving. My feet hurt really bad in the mornings. And so in the evenings, if I remember to slip my feet into this slipper, this little gel pack, ice pack slipper, it makes the world of a difference. Also, Isabella, who's on point, and Jesse, his heels hurt quite frequently from sports. Eli's don't for some reason, but Jesse does pretty often, and he's always stubbing a toe as well. So these have really come in handy, and it's just nice to have something that forms to your foot instead of trying to wrap an ice pack around your foot. So these have been really great. And it also said on the package when I got it, it said something about like gout, arthritis, couple other things, but we have used it for daily use if you're busy and on your feet, or for foot injuries. So this has been great, and like I said, quite random. And then I have just a couple of baby things here that are adorable that I wanted to share. One of these things will be in my baby's first year favorites that I share here soon, now that Josie's 1, but I got this little mud pie backpack for church nursery because she's old enough to go to nursery now. I've been taking her every few weeks instead of sitting in the mom's room, just to kind of get her used to it, especially if Bella's volunteering in there. I'm having a hard time, but we're doing it. And I didn't really need a diaper bag, but I wanted to have a little something to drop her off with, and this is just adorable. It's very small. I got it on Amazon. Well, obviously, this is an Amazon video. So I found it on Amazon, and then I took it to the lady who we use for embroidery, and I just had her name embroidered on it. It's got little pockets for the drink cups, and then inside it's just a plain drawstring bag. But it's the perfect size for a couple diapers and a little snack, and then her little sippy cup on the side here, and it's just cute. It's really cute, and I think when she's a little toddler, it'll also be really sweet for her to just carry it on her own. So that's the first little baby thing I wanted to share. Next, I guess kind of going hand in hand with that, are these Replay little stacker snack cups. I actually have these in a few different colors, but I like that you can just hook this right onto a diaper bag or a stroller or whatever you need. And then another thing that I have is a little lid that goes on top that when she's old enough, she can kind of reach through the lid herself and it won't spill. But I like this because you can purchase quite a few of them and then just stack them on top of one another. And so we'll put like little yogurt drops in one and little like Cheerios in another. And with the travel that we've been doing this summer, these have also come in handy. So what I'll do, and I like the Replay cups as well for her, we'll put a cup in there and then I'll just hook one of these on if her bag is especially full. And then the last thing I want to share that came from Amazon that I really have been enjoying for her are these little muslin cloth bibs. These are just cute, and when she went through her little teething recently and was drooling often, you know, when babies wear bibs all the time, you kind of want one that kind of you can match their outfit. And so I liked these for her for the all the time wear. It's also like light and doesn't have that backing on it, that like plastic backing, but also they're you know, they're just small. You can put them in your purse. They're cloth. They seem comfortable to me. I don't know. I don't wear bibs, but if I did, and they're cute. They're darling. They're just so feminine and adorable. And I think they came in like a 5 or 6 pack because we have them in quite a few colors. And I bought these back in January or February, and they've held up very well for daily use. And we kind of have them all over the house now. So there's like one that's usually hooked near her high chair. I've got one in my purse, one in our little bog bag that we take everywhere with us, one in her bag here, and they're just cute. And if you're really dressing up for something, like say you're going out for a nice dinner and don't want to put a plastic bib on, they're also very sweet and kind of go along with cute little girl outfits. So these are really sweet, and I wanted to share those as well. They're actually the only bibs we've used for her. I didn't buy any other bibs for her. So those are some of my Amazon finds lately that I thought was worth sharing with you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you like haul style videos, and let me know in the comments down below what you guys are looking for Prime Day. If you are doing some Prime Day searching today, like I said, I'll be sharing some educational finds on different social media sites. So make sure you follow me along there if you are looking for something for your upcoming homeschool year. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.